Welcome everyone to the 36th Celebrity Synastry chart reading, where I will be looking into Michael B. Jordan and Chloe Bailey. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Adeline. I look at the dynamic between two celebrities using astrology, specifically Synastry. For those new and returning, I take notes on a Synastry chart looking at the personal planet signs, aspects, and at birth times available house overlays. I share these notes and add my extra insights and interpretations along the way. And of course, as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below and let's get a discussion going. So if that sounds good to you, like, subscribe, and keep on watching. Starting off with the sun, we have Michael's sun in Aquarius and Chloe's sun in Cancer. Michael thinks Chloe is clingy. Michael unintentionally hurts Chloe. Michael has difficulty fulfilling Chloe, and they have contrasting lifestyles. I'm not exactly sure what Chloe does. I assume she just is in the same media type industry. Michael is detached and Chloe is attached. Michael's sun overlaid in Chloe's 6th house. They are productive together. Michael is submissive. Work is a strong theme here, and it's a boss-assistant relationship. Chloe's sun overlaid in Michael's 10th house. Chloe sees Michael as an authority figure. I know we just saw Michael submissive, but I don't like seeing this, and that there is what work is a strong theme here, because Chloe accepts Michael without thinking. Chloe believes she deserves respect from Michael. Michael enjoys the respect he receives from Chloe, and Chloe thinks Michael is more intellectual than her. Michael's sun trine Chloe's Mars. They're supportive of each other. They have healthy competitiveness, assuming this is probably in the work sphere. Neither feels blocked by the other. Michael admires Chloe's drive and courage, can deal with challenges together, and they encourage the other's goals and visions. Chloe expresses her desire for Michael frequently. They express themselves in a straightforward manner, and they both can rely on each other when they're demotivated. Chloe's sun conjunct Michael's moon. There's a powerful connection and a blending of goals. Michael plays a supportive role. I'm gonna take this a bit literally. Were they in a movie where potentially like they work together and Michael literally played a supportive character? I probably should have done a bit more research into Chloe going into this, but I'm gonna assume just from this potentially she is an actress, if you know, because work is a very strong theme here. I assume she would also be an actress like Michael. Chloe tends to lead the relationship, and the initial attraction is felt by Michael. So I assume because we saw that Michael is submissive, potentially Chloe was the one that made the first move onto Michael if she's the one to lead the relationship. Chloe's sun trine Michael's Mercury. It's a great friendship and they have good communication. Chloe accepts Michael, we see again. They both just get each other and they do business together well, we see again. Chloe supports Michael's beliefs and they can talk through issues together, which we do see again, which I'm happy about. It's always nice to work through issues together. Chloe gets what makes Michael tick, and Chloe admires Michael's intelligence. So going back to how Chloe feels that Michael's more intellectual than her. They understand each other on a basic level and they speak to each other with understanding. Chloe allows Michael to express himself and she feels she can think better around Michael. Chloe's sun opposite Michael's Venus. Their values conflict and they frustrate each other. Michael grows to resent Chloe, potentially from what we've seen so far. Maybe it's because she's a bit clingy, because she does seem to really view him highly, potentially could be clingy. Michael sees Chloe as too dictatorial. Michael needs to learn to accept Chloe. Oh, that's kind of sad. If Chloe's very accepting of Michael and he isn't, oh. Hard work is needed to make this work. Michael can play games with Chloe. Chloe will either not appreciate Michael, take him for granted. It seems to be leaning towards the taking him for granted bit, because she does seem to very much appreciate him. Chloe's sun opposite Michael's Neptune. There's misunderstandings. Chloe has a lack of trust, delusions, and deception. Michael promises more than fulfills. And that goes really well if he finds it hard to fulfill Chloe. Gosh. Both need to be clear with each other, and Chloe believes Michael is her soulmate. I feel bad for Chloe because it seems like she's very much into Michael. This might be a bad analogy, but like, I'm just talking about Chloe's energy here, not the relationship itself. It's like Chloe is like a really young girl and she has a crush on a much older man and she's kind of a bit more pursuant of him, like very confident in that way. I'm not sure what their age gap is. And I'm not sure if that is their relationship. Her energy here is just very like initiative and very youthful, kind of naive. Chloe's sun trine Michael's Pluto. It's transformative and a productive relationship we see again. They're fascinated with each other. They both want to get to know each other deeply. Michael inspires Chloe to dramatically transform herself. I don't like this because it seems like Chloe just wants to change for Michael so Michael would like her. So now it's time for moon. So we have Michael's moon in Cancer and Chloe's moon in Libra. These are both cardinal signs. They please each other. Confrontation is avoided. Yeah, we haven't seen anything so far if they're argumentative or anything. All we've seen is they talk through issues together. So I assume that would be approached in a non-confrontational way. There's a difference in priorities and Michael may fall into being Chloe's parent. I hate this. I want a U-turn so badly now. Michael's moon in Chloe's 10th house overlaid. It's a neutral relationship. Michael feels uneasy around Chloe. Yeah, Chloe seems to like very much be Michael very highly and be very pursuant, it seems like, of him. I can't remember the movie for the life of me, but it's the one with Alicia Silverstone where I think it's like she has like a crush on her much older neighbor. It's like that sort of vibe. Obviously not to the extreme of that movie, but you know, the same energy of like a younger girl has like a silly crush on an older man and she kind of is a bit, you know, taking initiative with her. And the older man doesn't necessarily dislike her, but he's definitely not reciprocating those feelings. That's just the energy I'm getting so far on Chloe's end. I really hope this changes for the better. Practical reasons for this relationship. Michael feels Chloe is selfish. They view each other as a trophy. Chloe's moon in Michael's first house. Both feel safe expressing their feelings here. Chloe brings out a sensitive Michael. Chloe feels immediately safe with Michael. I don't like seeing this and how he falls into being her parent and how she seems to be actually interested in him. Like, oh dear. It's a tender and warm relationship. Their moons are squared together, so timing is difficult. I really should have looked up a bit more about Chloe before this reading, or at least remembered their years of birth, because I assume this will be related to the age just with what we've seen before. They find each other's habits unbearable. Past relationships from both sides are carried into this. I'm not sure about on Chloe's end, but I know that Michael did have a couple of serious relationships before this one. Different views regarding the home. Chloe's moon square Michael's Venus. Previous relationships negatively impact this relationship. We see again, there's a strong connection. Chloe may not be able to provide Michael with the emotional nourishment he wants. Michael may struggle with his self-worth. They both need to learn to compromise. Both need to resolve their internal issues for this to work. Both tend to take each other for granted, so this would emphasize that Chloe takes Michael for granted. Their values are in conflict, I think we see again. Living beyond means will create strains. They both may feel misunderstood. They both like each other but not their habits. I see this so far. Like, both of them don't seem to dislike each other. I feel like there's nothing necessarily to say they both dislike each other, but I don't feel like it is 100% they're obsessed with each other and they see no fault with each other, you know. Michael sees Chloe as needy, going back to how he sees her as clingy. Both will learn how to cooperate. I see that. Like, we did see that they both discuss issues as they come, and they do seem to have decent communication in terms of that. Chloe sees Michael as narcissistic, and Michael does not always understand Chloe's emotions. So it seems like on both ends, they're not really understanding of each other's emotions. Chloe's moon is square Michael's Neptune. Misunderstand each other's signals. There's a possibility of neglecting each other. Definitely emotionally. Confusing relationship. Yeah, I'm feeling that way now. Like, I hope I'm wrong. Chloe is unsure of Michael's intentions. Yeah, Michael as well. Like, I should also speak on him as well, because he's giving off the impression like he doesn't mind Chloe, but at the same time sees her as a bit clingy and needy, difficulty maintaining relationship, and Chloe is sensitive to Michael's moods. Now for the intermission. This video is brought to you by me, my Etsy store, Adeline the Astrologer. If you ever watch this and think, hey, I would like her to read my Synastry chart, well, I will. I do personalized Synastry readings on my Etsy store, both basic and detailed. The basic one is very simple to understand. It's not overwhelming at all. It's pretty good for those that are beginners to astrology, just getting the head around astrology, or just as a fun gift idea. The detailed one is just like what I do on my channel, just a lot of insight and interpretation on your chart. So if you are interested in that and everything else astrology and tarot related, readings and gifts, then definitely check out my Etsy store. Links are below. I'm always releasing new things, so definitely check it out if you're interested. You can even just favorite the store just to show your support for free. Thanks for listening, and let's get back to the reading. So now it's time for Mercury. So we have Michael's Mercury in Pisces and Chloe's Mercury in Leo. Michael finds Chloe egotistic. I think we saw before how Chloe finds Michael narcissistic, so yeah, they both view each other as someone with big egos. Chloe can be too brash for Michael. I assume this would be maybe her coming on a bit strong. Like, we've seen this, how she's a bit clingy and needy. But also, I believe we did see something about how she's the one to pursue Michael. Yeah, we saw how she tends to lead the relationship and Michael is a bit more submissive. They learn from each other. Michael can be a buzzkill for Chloe. Chloe gets impatient with Michael. Michael's Mercury in Chloe's 6th house. Michael's mind is stable around Chloe. I think we also saw before how Chloe feels she can think better around Michael. Chloe sees Michael as a stable companion. I don't like seeing this from her. I just don't like seeing this, how she seems to be very interested in pursuing Michael, but also how Michael may fall into being her parent. Michael communicates with Chloe practically, and Chloe thinks that Michael is reliable. Chloe's Mercury in Michael's 11th house. Chloe is open and communicative with Michael. Michael finds Chloe to be pleasant. Michael looks forward to spending time with Chloe. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I don't feel like he dislikes her as such. I just feel like she has a bit stronger feelings, and that's not being fully reciprocated on Michael's end. Both are tolerant and patient with the other. I also agree. Like, they seem to be very tolerant of each other. They seem to be able to deal with problems easily well. Michael's Mercury square Chloe's Venus. Find each other interesting and attractive. Mundane communication is difficult. Exchanging ideas is a source of conflict. There's frequent disagreements. They need to learn to listen to each other. And they have difference in music taste. Because we have been seeing the communication is pretty decent, but we did see how confrontation is avoided. So I wonder if the disagreements that they do have, it is either brought up in a sort of less confrontational way, or they just exist within themselves, but it's never brought up with the other, if that makes sense. Michael's Mercury square Chloe's Pluto. Frequent intellectual arguments. Both may hold on to issues for too long. That's what I just said. I feel like they both just hold the issues on the inside and they avoid the confrontation they have. Michael is overwhelmed by this dynamic. I assume it just would be Chloe coming off a bit too strong, too clingy, too needy. Michael wants to understand Chloe deeply. Michael feels controlled by Chloe. Chloe wants to know Michael's secrets, and Chloe tries to control Michael's thoughts. Chloe's Mercury trine Michael's Jupiter. Michael is enthusiastic about Chloe's thoughts and ideas. I think we saw this before. There's positive and inspiring communication, and there's a strong friendship. Michael introduces Chloe to new ways of thinking. Michael can be too lenient with Chloe. I feel like, going back to how he cannot fulfill Chloe, I feel like he is a bit too lenient with Chloe, probably like not expressing and confronting her. Hey, I don't share the same strong feelings as you do. I feel like that's how he's a bit lenient with Chloe. I feel like he doesn't confront her with it. But at least maybe express that to her in some way, because if he leaves her unfulfilled, it potentially could be because he maybe kind of led her on in some way. Chloe helps Michael with self-expression. I believe we did see this before as well. Business together is advantageous. They enjoy traveling together. They come from different cultures, so I believe they are both African American. I'm not sure if they come from different like social backgrounds or economic backgrounds. It's an optimistic meeting. So now it's time for Venus. So we have Michael's Venus in Capricorn and Chloe's Venus in Gemini. It's an unusual relationship. Yeah, they give each other space. Michael can handle Chloe's teasing. Chloe finds Michael boring. Michael sees Chloe as superficial, and they have little in common. I'm not liking this dynamic being reaffirmed. I'm very curious now as to like what their relationship is, and especially what their age gap is, and if they do have one at all. Because if they don't, that would be very interesting with Chloe having this kind of energy. Michael's Venus in Chloe's 4th house. Michael feels the need to protect himself from Chloe. I hate this reading. This is not fun. I feel very awkward because I assume this would be just protecting himself from Chloe coming off a bit too strong. There's strong magnetism. Michael has a strong attraction to Chloe. Oh, I don't like this. I assume potentially Michael, has that attraction, but like knows it's wrong, and that's why he feels the need to protect himself from Chloe. I want to say allegedly as well, potentially. This is just a reading. Chloe senses Michael's hesitancy. This is worse. Uncertainty and tension characterizes the relationship. I feel very tense right now. Chloe's Venus in Michael's 9th house. They've shared interests, may share the same social circle. They are both in Hollywood, I assume. They get along well together. Chloe has a friendly approach to Michael. Michael is accepting of Chloe. I believe we have seen both of these before. Chloe teaches Michael how to have fun. I mean, it matches well if Chloe finds Michael too boring. Like, she probably wants to fix that a bit. Michael sees Chloe as someone he has a future with. I don't like this reading at all. See, this is a bit odd because we have not seen anything to indicate that Michael takes Chloe seriously as such. So I assume maybe this will be a one-off thing. Potentially we may see more. Or even like in a career sense, like maybe he sees her as someone that's like a very good co-star that they could like continue to make movies together, you know, because there are those sort of like Hollywood pairing aren't necessarily in a relationship, but they do continually appear in films together because they work so well together. Michael's Venus, Trine Chloe's Saturn. Chloe stabilizes Michael's emotions. There's a strong commitment and they sacrifice for each other. They see a relationship as everlasting. Yeah. I mean, definitely on Chloe's end. And I guess we're starting to see with Michael's end as well. They help each other in career. So yeah, career does also seem to be a big element in this relationship as well. Michael admires Chloe's strength. So now it's time for Mars. So we have Michael's Mars in Aries and Chloe's Mars in Gemini. They are both impulsive and live in the moment, and Michael is easily irritated with Chloe. Michael's Mars overlaid in Chloe's 8th house. It's love-hate. I definitely see that. It makes sense. Because they don't seem to dislike each other. I feel like they both have a, superficial liking to each other. Chloe feels possessive of Michael. This is transformative. They will never get over each other. Michael feels drawn to Chloe. Chloe feels like a damsel in distress around Michael. I hate this reading and how this connects to, Michael falls into being a parent for Chloe. Chloe feels mesmerized by Michael and there's a possibility of a taboo in the relationship. I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this because the way I've been interpreting this reading, I don't like it, and I would really like to hear if you guys interpret this a bit differently, and maybe I'm just reading a bit too into this. Chloe's Mars in Michael's 10th house overlaid. Chloe brings out Michael's competitive side. There's a cold and detached chemistry. I assume the detached thing would come from Michael's end a bit more. Neither know what they want from each other. I 100% see this, especially from Michael's end. He seems to be very conflicted. We did see those 2 points, how he does seem to see this relationship as a bit, with longevity, a future everlasting. But at the same time, he doesn't seem too interested in Chloe. Chloe wants to impress Michael. Chloe seems uninterested in Michael to outsiders. Really? I'm very curious about this because, in this reading, we've seen a lot of how Chloe's very into Mike. I wonder maybe just to the public eye, she doesn't seem as interested, potentially. Michael tends to put his walls up with Chloe. I don't like seeing this, and, as we did see, he feels the need to protect himself from Chloe. I hate this reading. Michael both craves and fears Chloe's stability. Relationship seems intense to outsiders. I wouldn't say intense as in, passionate. I feel like intense as it's very odd. Their Mars signs are sextile to each other, so there's healthy competitiveness. We see again, potentially do sports together. They're supportive of each other. I definitely see that in career, and they are in sync. Chloe's Mars square Michael's Jupiter. They meet in a fun way. Michael sees Chloe as selfish. I think we see again. Chloe sees Michael's logic as hindrance. Encourage each other to be reckless, and Michael may be a bad influence on Chloe. Chloe's Mars opposite Michael's Uranus. Chloe needs to learn to not take Michael's actions personally. Yeah, I see that. Because I feel like Michael doesn't necessarily seem to dislike Chloe. I just feel like for other reasons, he's not very interested in her as she is in him. So that is finally the last aspect. Yay. If you guys like this video, give this video a like, and definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm very interested in what you guys have to say about this reading. If you interpret something differently, please let me know because I would appreciate that. And yeah, subscribe to my channel for more videos from me and click the notification bell so you get notified when I upload. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I will see you guys next time and research this couple for once. Bye!